Hey guys, welcome back. It is episode four or five. I don't know. It's 4 or 5 of my franchise hockey manager 7 playthrough with the expansion Ottawa Senators. It is 1997. It is time for the draft. We are coming off our third straight losing season. Actually, no, we're going into our fifth season. We're going into our fifth season. Team's been around for 6 or going into their 6th. We're doing our 5th. So, back-to-back years of 71 points. It's time for the draft. And, we've talked about this, but we need defensemen. We picked up Ed Jovanovski last season at the trade deadline. So we have Jovanovski and Soleil as our top 2 defensemen right now. We do have some unsigned players that I think I want to bring in. Where are they? Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. They're not unsigned. They're just down here. Yeah, there's McLaren. There's Caberlet. There's Van Imp. Yeah. So we will likely call them up at some point. As we do need, he's only 1 star, but we are going to need some young players who can step up for us. I don't think there was anybody that was unsigned that we need. We had a goalie on there, but I don't really need a goalie. I don't really need Shabanoff. Any of these guys? Chris Phillips, I think, was one. Yeah, we were going to offer a contract to Chris Phillips. And was he the only one? Colin White looks to be pretty good. Offer him a contract as well. You would prefer to be you are a defensive defenseman. Okay, I'm not sure I want to be in the role of defensive defenseman on this team. I'm going to want more money. I would prefer to be a defensive defenseman. What about a 2-way defenseman? Will you be okay with that? This game sometimes is... Okay, so we changed him from defensive to 2-way back to defensive, and he's okay with that. Ray Schultz will leave. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to need some... we are definitely going to need some defensive help. There's not a lot of it in the draft. There was really one defensive player, Andrei Markov, but my guess is he will be gone by, I think we pick at 7? 5. Okay, so he may still be there. My guess is Hossa and Thornton go 1-2. Olli Jokinen will probably be a top pick. Patty Marleau. So let's just see. All right, let's just see. So, what am I doing here? Next pick. Marian Hossa goes number 1 to the Sharks. Roberto Luongo goes to the Ducks at 2. Olli Jokinen to the Panthers. We're going to end up with either Joe Thornton or Andrei Markov. Next pick is Patty Marleau to the Capitals. So we can take Joe Thornton or we can take Andrei Markov. Now, here's the deal. Andrei Markov is the right pick for this team based on his position, right? We need a defenseman who is better than average, and Markov is that guy. But we're talking about Joe Thornton. And I feel like we have to go with Joe Thornton. I feel like, we picked up Jovanovski for Andrew Daig in last season. I feel like if we pick up Thornton, we can move a forward for a more established defenseman, as I keep banging into the mic. So I think the move here is Joe Thornton. You guys, let me know what you think, but I'm going to take Joe Thornton. To me, it's a no-brainer. I'm surprised that he fell to 5. Let's see where Markov goes. Brewer goes to the Oilers at 6. There goes Markov to the Avs at 7. So let's go ahead and pick until human. And do we have any defensemen that are really worth anything? Do we have anybody who's really worth anything? Not particularly, although Nick Boynton, the former Bruin. This is going to be another one of those drafts where there's just nothing after the first or second round. So we'll end up trading all those draft picks again just to move up, down the road. Maxima Finneganov, Alice Kodalik, Mike Van Ryn. I don't know who that is. Karel Rachunik, Peter Hubacek, Tom Kostopoulos, Tyler Arneson, and Nick Boynton. So I feel like I have to at least take 2 picks. I have to at least make 2 picks, or this whole thing is a waste. Jay Leach, and then we're down to 1 star. God, these are just bad drafts considering they're 9 rounds long. All right, we're going to take Nick Boynton because he played for the Bruins. And then we will pick until human. And now I'm going into... let's see. Let's look at, I don't know, Phoenix. And I will give Phoenix my 3rds, my 4th, my 5th, and my 6th for your first round pick next year. That's not interesting. All right, what about your second? All right, well, I don't want to sit here and go through this because these are just terrible players. Nico Dimitriakos, he went to Maine, didn't he? Doesn't have his career stats in it, but I think he went to Maine. Yeah, there's just nothing here. Just a whole bunch of 1-star garbage. All right, is that Joel Ward? Jason Ward. It's not even Joel Ward. Chris Neal. We want some fighting, which Ivan Novoseltsev. I'll take Novoseltsev because I've heard of him. And I'll keep drafting players until everyone that I've heard of is gone. Matthias Kjarnqvist. Greg Baumgartner. Is that Quentin Lang? Yeah. Steve Gainey. Yuck. These drafts are bad. Andre Lakos. I feel like I recognize that name. All right, we're going to take Tarnqvist. And then we're just going to sim to the end because I'm not going to go through all this. None of those players are going to make any difference. So immediately we go to not upcoming. We go to unsigned. And bring in Jumbo Joe. Offer him a contract. He wants a lot of money. That's fine. All right, so we bring in Joe Thornton. So if we do that, what does that do? That gives us Dimitra, Madden, Ruchin, and Yashin. So Ruchin would probably immediately go to the bench. Our forward lines, Alfredson, Dockel, Holmstrom, Jomph. Bure, St. Louis, and we've got Sergei Brelin coming back because I forgot to sign him, so he'll be back here shortly. Patrick Fisher looks pretty good for a 1.5-star player. Let's offer him a contract. I could use some depth. Let's go here, and is there anybody that we want to move on from that? Maybe an Andreas Dackel. He's been hurt. He was hurt most of last season. Let's start with the players I don't want to give up. So from a forward perspective, it's really just this top bunch: Yashin, St. Louis, Dimitra, Madden, Alfredson, Holmstrom, Doan. I could see myself giving up an Andreas Dackel for a defenseman. Let's see if anybody is interested in him for a defenseman. What did I just do? Nothing. Okay, I'm good. Ville Nieminen, he's a forward. Andreas Lilja, he's only 2 stars. Jeff Norton's too old. He's a wing. 20-year-old Wade Redden. But Wade Redden in this game isn't the same Wade Redden that he was in real life. Dieter, I don't know who that is. Evgeny Nemestikov, 1.5 star. No. I mean, I'm getting young offers, but I want someone who's 2.5 star. If I'm going to give up someone who's 2.5 star, I want someone who's 2.5 star back. That's my thing. That's where I'm going with this. Marty Reasoner. No. All right, so we're just going to put him on the trade block then and see if we can get an offer for an Andreas Dockel. Is there anybody else that I want to put on the trade block? I mean, I guess we can put Ruchin on the trade block. I don't suspect that we'll get anything of substance, but we'll put him on the trade block nonetheless. So yeah, if we go with the full young player, let's move McLaren up. If we go with the full young player push here defensively, we might take a step back, but I think long term it'll be better for us. All right, so I'm going to sim ahead, and we'll get up to the start of the season. Oops, I throw my phone around. All right, so we have to assign numbers. McLaren, Thornton, and Colin White. McLaren wants 4. I'll give him 14. Got to give Thornton 6. Who has? Oh, he wants 19. That's right. He was 6 when he first started with the Bruins. Can I give him 6? No, he can't have 19 either. I'll give him 9. All right. And Colin White wants 5. That's fine. All right. So development report. Actually, scouting updates. Aaron Miller. I think he's an RFA, right? Yeah. He would have been somebody that I would have looked at. Lecision is an RFA. Yeah, these guys are all off RFAs. So I'm not going to attempt to sign any because I don't want to give up a third-round pick for an Aaron Miller or Curtis Lecision. Development report, Nick Boynton got a little better. Novoseltsev got better. And then 3 of our defensemen got worse, so that's fine. All right, Hall of Fame inductions. Who got inducted this year? We start with Ken Hodge, the Bruin, Blackhawk, and Ranger. Steve Schutt, or is it Shutt? I think it's Shutt, with the Canadiens and played a little bit with the Kings. Guy Lapointe, known for his time with the Canadiens. And Randy Carlyle, a defensive defenseman getting into the Hall of Fame. Time with the Coyotes, the Penguins, and the Maple Leafs. That's interesting. Had about 650 points and 1,100 games played, 16 seasons. That's an interesting group of players when you look at some of the other names that were here. Wayne Cashman, Butch Goring, Eddie Johnston. But cool. All right, so let's move forward. All right, trade proposal from the Blackhawks. Radek Martinek for Andreas Dockel. See, it's not the worst deal in the world. He was picked in the second round. He'd already been traded once. He's only 21. I don't like that fragile injury proneness, so I think I'm going to hold off for a better deal. Development report. None of our current players got better. New York and Detroit. Mike Richter traded to the Red Wings for Dallas Drake. Huh. Okay. So the Rangers trade Richter, and they have no goalies. Martin Klempa and Jean-Marc Pelletier are their goalies. So they traded. What the hell? I mean, I'm not going to complain. It's the Rangers, and I think the Rangers are terrible. But what the hell? Okay. All right. Let's move on. Trade proposal from the Sharks. Yannick Dubé for Steve Ruchin. No. Nope. Let's keep going. Trade proposal from the... Oh, no, that was the same trade proposal. All right, so we are at... I'm going to let the AI just dress the players and set the lines for the preseason. We'll sim ahead to the waiver protection list. We got Zalapsky, who's hurt. It's fine. I don't care. Let's replace him with Chris Phillips. McLaren's out there. Phillips is out there, and I want to get We'll bench York and put White out there. I want Colin White to get playing time as well. So there are 3 left defensemen, McLaren, Phillips, and White. We're going to replace Didick with Jovanovski. So I want all of my young players playing. Ruchin isn't yeah, okay, so our forward lines are set the way they should be. All right, so are there any free agents? Brett Harkins, Byron Ritchie. I think we're going to need some forward depth. We don't have a lot of it, so you don't like the supplemental role. All right, so we'll just make it none. I'm sure you'll be fine with that. Yeah, okay. And then we'll bring in Harkins too, just because, again, we need some depth players. We may have to put them through waivers, but that's fine. Of course, Phillips is out for 1 to 2 months. Should have just left him on the bench. All right. Just set my lines. I don't care about the preseason. Okay, Yashin is day-to-day. Waiver draft is the 30th. Okay, so Chechmanik, Habibulin will protect, and then forward-wise, yeah, it's just the same thing we did last year. Yashin, Holmstrom, Alfredson, Dackel, Bure, Havlid, Caberlet. Oh, Jomf is down to 2 stars. Teamander, all the young players. Ruchin, Van Imp. Looks like I may have to actually leave some players exposed this year for the first time. That's interesting. That's fine, though. Albalin, no. Ludeman, we can protect. Zalapsky will leave unprotected. Sushinsky will protect. 4 more York. Travers. Hansen. Koivisto. A lot of defensemen. All right. Season preview. We're still not on that list, of course. Waiver draft. Pick until human. Albalin got taken. That's fine. Magnus Arvidsson. Yeah, I could take a Magnus Arvidsson. I'd be good with that. All right, I think we're good. I just want the one. All right, so let's complete the draft. I don't want to pick anybody. Oh, I don't have to. Okay, I got confused there. All right, let's get to opening night. All right, hang on just a second, guys. All right, so Vinny Prospel traded for Dan McGillis. All right, so it is time for opening day. We have to cut our roster down. Zalapsky's hurt. We'll put him on the injury list. Yashin is day-to-day. I want to get... I got to send 3 more players down. Richie. Harkins will probably have to get waived, but that's fine. And how long is Yashin out for? He's day-to-day. Okay, so I got to send 1 more player. So we're sending a defenseman down. Gerald Didick. Put him on waivers. That's fine. Okay, so let's set our line. So they have Holmes. Oh, Yashin's hurt. That's right. Shit, I was just looking at that. Replace him with Ruchin. All right, so for the time being, we're going to run... they put Alfredson on the 4th line. We're going to run Demetris, St. Louis, and Alfredson. We're going to run Madden, Doan, and Holmstrom. We will do Thornton, Dockel, and Bure, and Jomf, Ruchin, and Sushinsky. Let's make sure their ratings are where they need to be. His is fine. Dimitra, do we want him as a playmaker? Yep. St. Louis, we don't want as a playmaker. We want him as a... Let's try to get some additional goals out of St. Louis this year. Power forward? Yeah, that's fine. Shane Doan is listed as an aggressive forechecker. That makes the most sense for him. And then Madden is going to be kind of that defensive style. Yeah, back checking is fine. Joe Thornton as a screener? No. Joe Thornton as a playmaker? Yes. Bure, counterattacking forward is fine. Dockel, back checking forward. All right. So our top three lines are pretty. I'm pretty happy with our top three lines, frankly. Especially once we get Yashin back, everybody sort of moves down one. Defensively is a different story, though. Obviously, with Soleil and Jovanovski being our top two, our top two defensemen, but they'll get better with time. They will get better with time. Colin White's not going to be a screener. Colin White's going to be a stay-at-home defenseman. I'm going to put him out there with McLaren. I want to get my young players as much defensive time as possible. We're not going to get much offense out of our defensive pairings, but that's fine. St. Louis and Alfredson will be our extra attackers for now. Power play. Yeah, we got to do a lot with the power play here. Where is... the game does not like Alfredson for some reason. But we're going to go with... That is our second power play, Thornton, Doan, Alfredson, and we will put Madden out there as well. We'll put Jovanovski on the top pairing. Do we want him out there with Ruchin or... No, we want Bure out there. So Dackel, Demetra, no, not Dackel. Alfredson, we need to do that. So Alfredson, Demetra, St. Louis, Bure, Jovanovski, Dackel, Thornton, Doan, Madden, and McLaren. That's fine. That is fine. And then obviously once Yashin is back, we will make some additional changes at that point. So Thornton and Doan. When we're going 4-on-3, we're going to do this. Jovo and McLaren. All right, so that's fine, I guess. That's fine on the PK. 4-on-4, no. I don't want Ruchin and Madden as my top two. We're going to go Demetra and St. Louis. Then that second pairing will be Madden and Doan. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then Jovanovski and Soleil with McLaren. Colin White. And then 3-on-3. Same thing. Demetra, St. Louis, Madden, Doan with Jovanovski and Soleil. Goalie starts. We are going to ride Nikolai Habibulin, and we get Yashin back. I'll go week by week until we get Yashin back. Nothing we need to do here, and let's go ahead a week and see if we get Alexi back. So we lose 4-2. Gerald Didick got claimed. That's fine. Keep going ahead a week. We win 3-0. Johansson gets hurt. It's fine. We'll replace him with York. We do get Yashin back. So we got to reset the lines. We won. We won 3-0. So everyone's going to move down a line. I don't know. Do I want Thornton on the... Yeah, I think we'll just leave him on the fourth line for now. Ultimately, I wouldn't mind having him move up, but I think we'll get some time on the fourth line for Joe. So we won 3-0 here. St. Louis with 2 assists. McLaren with his first goal. Johansson with his first goal. So as I talk about not getting any production from our defensemen, our top two, we get 2 goals from defensemen there. So let's go ahead and sim ahead to November 1st. Ottawa Senators are 3-3. Okay, look at us. Look at us. Chris Phillips is back, so we will put him on the active roster. 6-4 through 12 games. Who do we want to send down? Ludeman, I guess. He's got to go on waivers. Is there anybody I can send down without putting them on waivers? Johansson? It's okay. We'll just put Johansson on waivers. We're going to get Chris Phillips in there. Make sure he's where I want him. They have him listed as a screener. Crease clearing. All right, let's get to the end of the month. Okay, that's fine. Look, we're 7-4, guys. 7-4. What a month for the Ottawa Senators. That's the best month we have ever had. 9-5. We are in second place in the division. Ceremonies got better. Doan got better. Madden got better. Holmstrom got better. Thornton got better. St. Louis got better. Colin White, Alexei Yashin, and only Zarli Zalapsky got worse. So, wow is all I have to say. Let's take a quick look here. So we are 9-5, good for second in the Northeast Division behind only Pittsburgh. Pavel Demitra is fifth in the National League in scoring, or in the National Hockey League in scoring. He's at 18 points, ninth in assists with 11. Hobby Bulin second in wins with 7. Let's take a look at the stats through a month. Demitra with 18 points, Doan with 13. Alfred, that top line got off to a bit of a slow start because we didn't have Yashin. He's been back. He's got 6 points in 12 games. St. Louis with 9. Alfredson with 10. Joe Thornton with 5 points in his first 14 games. Our young defensemen are getting it done here. Goaltender-wise, Hobby Bulin 7-2 with a 2.52 and a 9.13. Ceremonies 2-3 with a 2.81 and a 9.13. So things are looking good. Let's keep going. Demitra got hurt. That's a bummer. How long is he out for? Just day to day. All right, so we will put Ruchin in. Let's change up the lines. Madden moves up. Thornton moves up. We'll go week by week until he's back. Now who's hurt? Bure's hurt. Okay, we'll replace Bure with Arvidsson. Any more injuries, and we're going to start sticking people on the injured list, which I don't want to do. Let's keep going. Another injured player. Ruslan Saleh is hurt this time. He's out for 2 to 3 weeks. We will replace him with Ludeman. We keep winning, though. We're 11-5-1, so hopefully we get some of these players back here sooner rather than later. Another victory for us, so Demitra is still needs to be held out of games. Board is obvious. We went 5-1. Holmstrom 2 goals and assists. Doan 3 assists. Wow. All right, let's play ahead another week. Another injury. Who's hurt now? Dockel's hurt. Thumb contusion, but we can put Demitra back in the lineup. So what do we want to do here? So I don't want Demitra on the third line, obviously. So let's do this. I think what we're going to do is this. Put Thornton as the third line left wing. Get Demitra back out there. And we'll keep going until we get the rest of our injured players back. Bure can come back, which is perfect. So we can bench Arvidsson for Bure. And that should stick him back on the third line, right? Yep. Okay. Now we can go to the end of the month. Jason York is injured as we win again. Too many injuries. He's out for 2 to 3 months. So we got to call somebody up. And then we're going to call up Caberlet. We're going to stick with the young player mindset here. And we will replace York with Caberlet. And then we will stick York on the injury list. All right. End of the month. Unanswered email. Oh, numbers. Caberlet wants 5. He can't have 5. He can have 15. All right. Let's get to next month. Look at us, guys. 17-9-1. So we finish the month of November 17-9-1. We're in second place. Excuse me. And we continue to play really, really well. Continued development from all of our young players. It's nice to see. Yeah, we are second in the Northeast Division, comfortably in second, 10 points ahead of Montreal. We are in third place, second best record in the Eastern Conference. Ceremonies is ninth in save percentage. Khabibulin is sixth in wins. It's funny, we don't have anybody in the top 10 in points, goals, or assists, but we're still 17, 9, and 1. Jágr leads the way, 45 points in 28 games for the Penguins. Hull is second. Hull leads in goals, and Jeff Brown, the defenseman, leads the NHL in assists. So let's look at our stats. Shane Doan, 26 points in 27 games. Dimitri's got 24 and 22. St. Louis got 20. He's busting out this year, on pace to blow past his career high. Yashin's having a bit of a down season, which is kind of weird. 18 points in 25 games. Alfredson, 18 and 27. Holmstrom's having a nice year. He's going to set his career high for goals here real soon. He's got 7 in 27 games. His career high is 11. Ludeman, nice job. Good offensive production out of Ludeman. 14 points this year. Joe Thornton's got 12 and 27 as a rookie. Jovanovski's got 11. McLaren's got 11 and is a plus 12. Valeri Bure's got 4 goals. Ruchin's got 5. Ruslan Saleh had 6 points in 17 games before getting hurt. Chris Phillips has struggled since getting called up. He's a minus 8. And goalie stats. Khabibulin, 11 and 6 with a 2.63 and a 9.20. Ceremonies, a 2.38 goals against and a 9.26 save percentage. Guys, it's happening. It's finally happening. We're starting to break through here. So we'll play to January, and we might be buyers this year, believe it or not. All right, Ludeman is suspended. It's fine. We can put Saleh in for him. Dackle's hurt. We want to move Saleh up, though. No, we have Saleh and Jovanov. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Caberlet's still listed as a squad. Why do they do that? They drop them all in as screeners. All right, 19, 10, and 1. Let's keep going. Another injury. Who's hurt now? Ruchin. Okay. Replace Ruchin with Arvidsson. 20, 10, and 1. I mean, we're not going to catch Pittsburgh, right? I mean, Pittsburgh is much better. And we're just going to place Arlie Zalapsky on waivers. He serves no purpose to us anymore next month. We're not going to catch Pittsburgh. Zalapsky got claimed by the Blackhawks. That's fine. You can pay his contract. I have no problem with that. Oh, we might catch Pittsburgh. We're only 8 points behind them. All right, so we finish the first half of the season, frankly, 24, 15, and 1. Development, a lot of development from some young players, a lot of development from our main roster. Alfredson's getting better. Yashin, Thornton, St. Louis, Caberlet, Jovanovski all get better. Let's look at the standings. So we are 9 points ahead of the Bruins, who are in third. We are 10 points behind the Penguins, so I don't think we're going to catch the Penguins. But we have still have the second best record in the East. Jágr, 63 points in 41 games. Joe Sakic, Mario Lemieux, Brett Hull, Steve Yzerman. Goals are Hull, Jágr, John LeClaire, Russ Courtnall, Mario Lemieux, and then Sakic, Brown, Shepard, Gretzky, and Jágr are your top 5 in assists. Sokolov, Osgood, Dwayne Rolison, Wendell Young, Blaine Locker are your top 5 in goals against. Sokolov, the Beezer, Bruce Racine, Wendell Young, and Byron Defoe are your top 5 in save percentage. Ceremonies is number 7. And then Khabibulin is third in wins behind only Osgood and Cujo. Cool. Again, we'll take a look at our stats. Oh, Alfredson's hurt. How long's he out for? It's day to day. All right, so we'll stick Dockel back in there. We'll just put Dockel on the top line. He's got enough offense that he can play that top line position. Dimitra leads us in scoring, 35 points in 35 games. St. Louis, 34 and 40. Alfredson, 34 and 40. Doan, 32 and 40. So very balanced scoring. We don't have anybody who is really lighting it up, but definitely balanced scoring from our top 6 lines. Thornton's chipped in 16 points in 40 games. Bure 14, Madden 10. He's a +7. 72 game rating though, so John Madden is getting it done. Yeah, I mean, we've got some good performances. I'm really happy with the way this year is playing out. Goalie stats, Hobby Bulin, 16 and 11, 278 and 917, and we already went over Chechmonik's stats. Let's take a look at our upcoming free agents. Yes, we need to re-sign Martin St. Louis and Shane Doan. Ooh, he wants a lot of money, but that's fine. We have it. Submit the offer. Doan. Doan wants $1 million as well. That's fine. Jovanovski. 560. That's fine. Rushin, we're going to bring back for depth. He doesn't want that much money. Only $215. That's no problem. Traverse has been in Worcester all year, but we could probably stand to have the depth. He's not asking for much. York, we'll probably let walk. Berezin will probably let walk. Arvidsson and Koivisto, I think we can bring back, though. Fine, you want a no-trade clause? I won't trade you. That's fine. And Koivisto... All right, so we made offers to everybody except for York and Berezin. We will let them walk. Let's save real quick. And then we will take a look at the trade block. All right, so Gary Galley is on here. Dave Gagne, Alexei Zamnov. Where is Philadelphia in the standings? Would they actually make? They're in first place. They're not going to trade one of their best defensemen while they're in first place. So that's dumb. Otherwise, I would have made a move for him. Ally Afraidy, no. Brad Baum, yeah. See, Dale Howardchuk, no. And I don't really need any forwards. All right, we'll keep an eye on this. I mean, I wouldn't mind a defenseman, but they're not going to trade one of their top defensemen when they're in first place. So let's keep simming at. We're gonna go a week at a time until Alfredson is back. I think they're both ready to go. Yep. So we will replace Arvidsson with Alfredson. Reset the lines. Excuse me. Okay, so I think now we are good to just power ahead to February. No, that's not true. None of my players are unable to play. Who? He's dated. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay. Ludeman. Usually when you get the yellow cross, that means they're game available, but Soleil's not, I guess. So we'll just go a week at a time here until he is back. Is he back? Nope. All right, so we'll go another week. What about now? Is he ready now? Oh, he got okay, so he was injured and he was suspended. Got it. Okay. I'm with you now. All right. So Soleil is suspended. We are still in second place. What is going on with all of these suspensions? Dimitra gets suspended for 3 games. Colin White is suspended for 5. We get Soleil back in a day. All right, so Dimitra comes out and we'll replace him with Ruchin. And we'll move everybody down. And then I think for 1 game, I'm actually going to replace him. I'm going to replace him with Arvidsson because I don't want to expose somebody to waivers. So we'll do this. We'll play Arvidsson against Tampa. So let's go to the next day. That's 1-1 tie. That's fine. I mean, I'm okay with a tie. All right, so we can replace Arvidsson with Soleil. Go back into our lines, get Soleil back up on that top pairing. Next month. Okay, so we get to February 1st and we continue to play well. I wasn't sure that this year was going to be much better because we decided to just go really young with our defensemen, but they are stepping up. Joe Thornton's up to 1.5 stars. I'm glad we made that pick. Let's take a look at Markov. Let's just keep tabs on him. Okay, yeah, they didn't sign him. They did not sign him. Interesting. Okay, so standings. 4 points behind Pittsburgh. Looks like we're going to finish second in the Northeast, second best record in the Eastern Conference, unless we melt down. We're getting outstanding goaltending from Ceremonies and Hobby Bulin, and we're getting it done. So 54 games. We are outscoring our opponents 156 to 141. Yager and Lemieux are the top two in the NHL in goal scoring. Sakic, Gretzky, Yzerman, Turgeon, Shepard, Hull, Mark Recchi, and Teemu Selanne. Yager, Hull, John Leclerc, Lemieux, Pierre Turgeon, Russ Courtnall, Alexander McGillney, Peter Sikora, Owen Nolan, Mark Recchi are top 10 in goals. Lemieux, Sakic, Yager, Gretzky, Brown, Yzerman, Shepard, Bure, Ulf Dahlin, and Paul Correa. Excuse me, top 10 in assists. Ceremonies is 6th in goals against. He's 3rd in save percentage, and Hobby Bulin is 3rd in wins. Yeah, so again, really balanced scoring. No one's really blowing us away, but St. Louis is having his best year, 47 points in 20 games. Alfredson's got 42 and 52. Yashin, 37 and 52. He's slipped a little bit this year, but that's okay. Other people are making up for it. Dimitra is he still out? No, he's back. Okay, so replace Ruchin with Dimitra. Let's make sure the lines are set. Cool. Excuse me. Jovanovski, 22 points, plus 6. 81 penalty minutes. Holmstrom having a good year, 29 points in 54 games. McLaren doing really, really good work for us. 19 points in 54 games. He's a plus 11. John Madden's a plus 11. Joe Thornton, 18 points in his rookie season. And then our goalies. Yeah, I mean, both playing really well. Both have save percentages of over 920. Hobby Bulin with a 261 and Ceremonies with a 228. So I'll take it. I will certainly take it. Let's look at the trade block, see if that's changed at all. NHL League home, roster, trade block. Joseph Stumple is on the trade block. Todd Gill. Do we want to bring in a Joseph Stumple? I don't think we do. Upcoming free agents. Ooh. Now, I don't know if it's going to be actual free agency, but if it is, next year is the year that we take that jump because I am going ham in free agency with what we have to spend. Absolute ham if these players are, if half of these players are free agents. I mean, you got Pronger on here. You got Paul Coffey, Brian Leach, Sergei Zubov, Paul Correa, Trevor Linden, Milan Hayduk, Owen Nolan, Eric Lindros, and the great one. So we're going to see what happens. But if these players are actual free agents, it's going to be absolute chaos in free agency this year. All right, let's get up to March 1st, and then we'll talk about the trading deadline at that point. What now? Dimitra's hurt again. Replace him with Ruchin. Do what we normally do, Madden and Thornton. And we'll go up to March 1st. McLaren gets hurt. We'll bring in Colin White. So many injuries. Literally every game, literally every single game, I am suffering an injury. Replace with Arvidsson. Move everybody up one. Let's go ahead a week. What happened here? What is going on? What is this? They're on international duty during the season. Really? So I have to play this game against Pittsburgh with no goalies, is what you're telling me. I mean, what do I do? Can I call up more players? Or is it just going to say that I don't even have a goalie? I don't know that I'm going to be able to do anything here. Is it going to, I mean, I don't know what to do. All right, so I got to sign another. This is really bizarre. It looks like just one of those freaky, bugs and just oddities that show up in the game. Yeah, Bob Asenza, sure. All right, so now will it let me do it? Okay, it will. I was afraid it was going to tell me I had too many players on my right. And we won. We actually won. All right, let's look at that box score. We actually won. So St. Louis had 2 goals and an assist. McLaren had 2 assists. We won. I can't believe we won this game. Hlinka got we outshot Pittsburgh 48 to, well, I guess they probably had a bunch of players that weren't there either. Yeah, it's just crazy stuff. All right, so that is that. Let's go to our next game, which isn't until the 25th. Hlinka needs a number. We'll give him 50 because it's a weird number. Let's go to our next game and then reset everything. York to the active roster. Alfredson, is he still game unavailable? He's game available, yeah. So we can put him on the active roster now. Oh, yes. Okay, he's not ready to come off yet. All right. Next game is the 25th. Too many active players. All right, so let's set up the organization. So it looks like we got most of our players back, which is good. Which, I mean, it doesn't matter until the 25th. So we'll get back to the 25th, and then we'll have to reset all of our lines and everything. So, all right. So it looks like we get everybody back. Injury list. There's nobody there. Okay. So, Hlinka to Worcester. Asenza to Worcester. Place them on waivers. Yep. So we have 24 players. Byron Ritchie can go to Worcester. And they sent players down that I want on the big league team, like McLaren and Caberlet. Now we have to go back to Ottawa and send down Haviland. Oh, it's going to make me place them on waivers. I hate you, game. I really don't, but, So York, send him down. He's probably going to get claimed too, but that's fine. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yashin is back. Replace him with there. So we'll set our lines now. Alfredson. Was Sushinsky out? Has he been out there the whole time? He has. Okay, he's just been not particularly good. Line, Soleil and Jovanovski, Havlid, and it's fine. White and McLaren, Havlid and Phillips. We got to address our goalies, of course. Hobby Bulin and Chechmanik. All right, now let's just go to the end of the month. Too many players. Too many players. Guess Caberlet can go back down for now. Yeah. All right, that's fine. Let's get to the end of the month. All right, so it's March 1st. We are 33, 23, and 4. Continued development from lots of people. Jeremy Roenick and Jim Carey. It's a different Jim Carey. Are your players of the month. Russia won the Olympic Games. Lindros signed an extension, so he's not going anywhere. Standings, I think we're still, second place in the conference, second place in the division. We'll take a quick look at the stats. There weren't many games in February, so there's not going to be a ton of change. But St. Louis up to 54 points in 60 games. Dimitra's still at almost a point a game. Alfredson 45 and 56. We've got 5 guys with a potential 20-goal season. Realistically, probably, or 6 guys. Realistically, probably 5. I don't know that Holmstrom's going to reach, but yeah. So things are looking good. So let's get up to the trade deadline, and we'll see if there's anything that we can do. I like going right up to the trade deadline because you get those immediate answers on the trade offers that you make. Blackhawks are offering us Jamie Pusher for Steve Ruchin. No, some players are getting signed. You see Zubov got signed. So not all those players are going to be free agents, and I wasn't anticipating that they would be. But even if half that list are actual free agents, it's going to be pretty crazy. All right, it is the trade deadline. Do they want to send us Zarley Zalapsky back? No, I don't want Zarley Zalapsky. Andrei Kovalenko traded to the Devils for Modry and Hagen. Nothing else interesting. A lot of stat-based stuff. Standings, second place. Looks like that's where we're gonna finish up. I'm fine with that. Again, I always save it before I go to the NHL homepage because the game has crashed many times when I do this. Rosters, trade block. All right. So now we have some interesting stuff. Mironov plays for Toronto, and Hatcher plays for Washington. So Toronto and Washington, where are they? Washington's in 6th place. Toronto's in last. Okay, so do we want to try to improve this defense at the trade deadline? I wouldn't mind a Dmitry Mironov. He signed for 3 years. Hatcher signed for 1. What would it take for a Dmitry Mironov? Can we give you a bunch of draft picks that we have no interest in? 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th? Would that do it? No? Okay, what about a 2nd? Does that change anything? No? Okay. Looks like we're going to have to give you actual talent, huh? Okay. So, Senators, you want none of our players are any good that have any rights. Players. Who might you be interested in that I would be willing to give up? Would you like an Andreas Dackel? You think that they will... Okay, so they'll take Dackel straight up. So that means I don't want to give you Dackel straight up. What about Ruchin? Oops, you think that's a well-balanced offer. So what if we give you Ruchin, a 4th, a 5th, and a 3rd? Perfect. There, we've improved our defense. So which Havlid? We're going to start Mironov. We're going to come into the lines. Mironov is obviously going to be our top line defenseman at this point. We'll move Jovo down 1. cool. So we have a quarterback now for our power play, which is nice. All right. So we made our deadline deal. I think I'm going to stick to that. Let's get to April 1st. Mironov wants 15. That's fine. He can have 15. All right, who's hurt? McLaren's hurt. For how long? He's day to day. That's okay. We'll put Havlet in for him. No, we're going to put Ludeman in for him because Ludeman's actually been providing some offense for us. All right, so April 1st. Cujo and Peter Sikora are your players of the month. Development, Dimitra, Holmstrom, Phillips, St. Louis, Thornton, Colin White. Yashin got worse. Okay. Standings, 40, 26, and 4. Yeah, we're pretty much locked into that number 2 spot, or I guess technically number 3, because Philadelphia will get the number 2. Yager, Lemieux, Sakic, Gretzky, Roenick, Yager, Sikora, Hull, Lemieux, Leclerc, Lemieux, Yager, Sakic, Gretzky, and Robitaille. Stats for us with 10 games left in the regular season. Martin St. Louis leads us with 61 points in 72 games. He's got 26 goals, 35 assists. Daniel Alfredson, 55 points. Yashin, 54 points. Dimitra, 54 points. Doan, 52. Holmstrom is up to 15 goals and 40 points. Jovanovski's got 30 points. Mironov has got 5 points in 5 games since coming over to us. Yeah, we're doing it. We are actually doing it. Goaltender-wise, Hobby Bulin, 28, 19, and 3 with a 2.53. Our goaltending's been just phenomenal. So let's go up to the award ceremony. Alfredson's hurt. McLaren's back, so let's get McLaren in there for Ludeman. Alfredson for Arvidsson. Change our lines up. Move everybody up 1. Excuse me. We'll do this. Let's get up to... What are we going to here? Are we at... What are we doing? What is going on? Okay, we're in the play. Okay, we're there. Oh, it actually simmed ahead. And we're actually leading in our best of 7 series 1-0. So let's pause for a second. Pause. Let's go to standings. Let's go to the regular standings. So we finished the season 44, 29, and 6, which is good for second place in the East, second place in, or I guess third place in the East, second place in our division. By far our best season. We didn't have anybody in the top 10 in scoring. Hobby Bulin was third in the NHL in wins. Yager had 138 points in 81 games for the Penguins. Stats-wise, season ends, we had St. Louis leading us with 74 points in 82 games. Excuse me. Alexei Yashin finished up strong, 67 points, including another 30-goal season. 67 points for Alfredson, 60 for Dimitra. Yeah, our top 2 lines were really good. St. Louis, Yashin, Alfredson, Dimitra, Doan, and Holmstrom. I like this second line with Dimitra with the 2 bruisers. There's something about that that's fun to me. Jovanovski finished with 34 points in 82 games. Mironov finished with 11 points in 15 games for us. Valeri Bure, 26. Madden only had 25 points, was a +7, had a 70 overall game rating. McLaren with a nice rookie campaign. Dackel struggled. We'll probably move him in the offseason. He's got some trade value. Soleil with another nice sophomore season, doubled his point total. Chris Phillips with a good rookie season, had 10 goals, surprisingly. He only 10 offense, but 10 goals. Sushinsky with 8 goals. So yeah, well-balanced scoring. Our goaltending was very good. Hobby Bulin, 32, 21, and 5 with a .252 and a .924 save percentage. Chechmanek had a .247 goals against and a .921. And we are taking on the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round. They have Sean Burke as their goalie. They have Pronger, Mark Straight, Merid Zidlicki, Boris Mironov, Eric Weinrich. They got a pretty good defensive core. Forward-wise, meh. They got Jeff Sanderson, Andrew Castles, Michael Nylander, Robert Petrovicki, Radek Dvorak, and a 33-year-old Patty Rhea. So their offense isn't very good. So let's see how we do here. Can we sim to the next day? All right, so we are up 2-0. Oh, the award ceremony. So Jack Adams, Paul Anka. So we were one of the Coach of the Year nominees along with Scotty Bowman and Pierre Paget. Ted Lindsay to Yager, Sakic, or Lemieux. The Mark Messier, Gilmore, Sakic, or Lemieux. Lady Bing, Oates, Daig. How did Daig do in Florida? Not very good. So that works for us. Peter Sikora, the Selke. John Madden up for his first Selke at age 24. Mike Keane and Mike Madano. GM of the Year, Brian Murray, Pierre Paget, and Darcy Regier. Calder, Morrison, Aginla, or Halpern. Norris, Jeff Brown, Housley, and Lidstrom. Vezina, Cujo, Beezer, and Martin Brodeur. And the Hart, Yager, Sakic, or Lemieux. Okay, so we are up 2-0. All right, can we win Game 3? We do. We win 3-2, and we take a 3-0 series lead. Holmstrom with 2 goals. St. Louis. So we take a 3-0 series lead in our first playoff series ever. Hobby Bullen stops 31 out of 33. Can we sweep the Carolina? Oh, Alfredson's back. We get Daniel Alfredson back in the lineup. Alfredson, go to lines. And I don't really want to mess with things. It's been, yeah, our lines are, let's do that. All right, so let's play the next day. Can we sweep Carolina? We can't. We lose 5-1. Our lone goal scored by Colin White. We're already down 4-0 at that point, though. All right, next game. Hall of Fame nominees. Grodnick, LaRouche, Mahovich, Pyment, Murray, Unger, McNabb, Pitt Martin. All right, next game, or next day. And we lose again. All right, so it's now 3-2 in the best of 7 against the Hurricanes. We had a 2-0 lead after 1. Phillips and Dimitra would score. Robert Cron and Mark Grieg would score. Grieg would score again. Madden would get us tied, and then they would win it in overtime. Robert Petrovicki. Hobby Bullen's up 21 out of 37. Game 6. Can we finally close this one out? We can't. So this is going to go to 7 games. We were up 3-0. We are now tied at 3. So Nylander, Petrovicki, and Reed would make it 3-0 after 2. They would make it 4-0. We would score a couple of goals, but too little too late. And we go on to Game 7. Can we win Game 7? We're going to do it without Martin Shusinski. Replace him with Arvidsson. And hope that we can win Game 7. We can. We win 5-0. Hobby Bullen with the 27-save shutout. Martin St. Louis with a hat trick. Alexei Yashin, a goal and 2 assists. So we win our very first playoff series. And we're going to move on to take on which New York team? Is it the Rangers or the Islanders? Because I think they were playing each other. The Rangers with no goaltending. Garth Snow is their goalie. They have Martin Klempa as their backup. They still have Leach and Zubov and Messier and Drake and Kovalev. Oh, they picked up Dallas Drake in the offseason. Kovalev and Messier and Ryan, 22-year-old Ryan Smith and Eddie Olczyk and Adam Graves and Esa Tikkanen. So they still have a pretty good team. Not a lot of scoring. Their leading scorer was Zubov with 60 points in 63 games. All right, well, let's get to it. So we are in round 2. And we win Game 1, 3-2. They scored the first 2 goals. Leach and Smith would score. We would score in the second. St. Louis and Mironov would tie it. And then Alexei Yashin, with 2.5 minutes left in the third, would give us a 1-0 series lead. Next game. Who's hurt now? Dackel's hurt. Damn it. I got to do something. So, send him down. Do we have a forward we can even call up? Berezin. Replace Dockel with Berezin. Not crazy about that, but whatever. We'll move Thornton up to the third line. Can Jomf play center? He can. All right, so Berezin, we're not going to have him as a dangler. Up and down winger works. All right, so can we take game 2? We can't. We lose 3-2. The series is even at 1. We would score first. Yashin with his 6th of the postseason. Kovalev and Karpatsev scored for them. We would tie it in the third. Joe Thornton and then Brendan Morrison would score in overtime. All right, Berezin wants 94. You can have it. Okay, so let's see who takes game 3. We do. 5-4. Alfredson a goal and an assist. They were up 3-0 after one period. Messier, Morrison, and Smith, and we would come back with 4 unanswered in the second. Alfredson, Dimitra, Yashin, and Arvidsson. We would share goals in the third. Graves would tie it. Madden would score with about 6 minutes left, and that would do it. Hobby Bulin stopped 25 out of 29. So we're going to move on here to game 4 with a 2-1 series lead. Dimitra's hurt. Oh, man. Okay. You're going to make this as hard on me as possible, huh? All right, so Brett Ritchie is, or not Brett Ritchie. Which Ritchie is that? Byron Ritchie. I guess we put Usinski on the injury list because we have too many players on the roster at this point. So Dimitra's going to come out, and Ritchie's going to go in, and we will reset the line. So I'm just going to put Thornton on the second line, I think. And go Holmstrom, Thornton, Doan. All right, can we win game 4? We can, and we are up 3-1 now as Ritchie comes in and just scores a goal. So, yeah, Byron Ritchie comes in after not playing a game in the regular season and scores on the power play. Leach would tie it. Thornton would pick up his 2nd of the postseason in the second. He would also pick up his 3rd in the third. 2 goals for the rookie Thornton. We are up 3-1. Hobby Bulin stopped 47 of 48 shots. Game number 5. Okay, so are these guys ready? Dackel's back, so we can put Dackel in for Ritchie. Go back to the lines. We'll do that. Can we advance? Can we beat the Rangers in 5? Oh, we lose 6-3. That was a tough one. Morrison and Drake would score for them. Bure would score for us. They would outscore us 3-1 in the second. Yeah, not a good game there. Javi Bulin got pulled 57 minutes into the game. Next day. All right, roster. I think we get Dimitra back now. We do. So we can replace him with Berezin, or replace Berezin with him, I should say. Go back to our lines. Do all of our shifting. Make sure the lines are set. They are. And can we take game 6? We do. So we win again. We are moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Our first year in the playoffs. So Graves would score first. Dimitra would get his 5th. St. Louis and Soleil would score in the second. Alfredson would score. They would get within 2 at the 7-minute mark, but that would be it. Hobby Bulin stopped 37 out of 39. And we're going to be taking on the Philadelphia Flyers as the Penguins got swept by the Devils. So we're going to be taking on the Flyers in the next round. Philadelphia Flyers 42-32-8. Again, another bad goaltending situation. Cristobal Huet and Vesa Toskala are their goalies. They do have Lindros and Recchi and Brindamore and Galley and Renberg. So they are really, really top heavy. But I like our chances. Sushinsky is healthy. We'll put him on the active roster. And who is going to get sent down? Berezin. All right, let's go to our next game. Okay, so here we go. As we take on the believe it or not, the Philadelphia Flyers in the Eastern Conference Final. And out west, it's Colorado and Detroit. So we lose game 1 3-2. We're actually up 2-0 after one. Alfredson and Doan. They would tie it in the third. Goals from Keith Jones and Mikhail Renberg. And then Kevin Dineen would score in overtime. Next game is another 3-2 loss. So we are now down 2-0 here. Lindros would score for us, Mironov for them, Dimitra for us, Renberg for them, and then Dineen again would score the game winner. So Kevin Dineen, 2 game winners in 2 games. Can we get back into this one? No, we lose 3-2 again. They scored 3 goals in the second, Crowley, Lindros, and Ojinen. Madden would score. We would get a goal in the third from McLaren. So we're down 3-0 now. So our season could be coming, and Jovanovski is hurt. Of course he is. Indefinite. Okay. Get Ludeman in there. Go to the next day. Can we hold on? Can we come back from 3-0 down? We can't. We lose all 4 games by the same score. Lost all 4 games 3-2. Renberg would score first. Yashin would score for us. Renberg for them. Phillips for us. Brindamore for them. So we get swept. The Flyers are 12-0 in the postseason. Let's go ahead and sim to the end of the Stanley Cup Finals. They take on the Red Wings, who are looking for their 4th straight Stanley Cup. Hall of Fame voting. We are going to vote for Eddie Johnston, Wayne Cashman, Kenny Linsman, and Pitt Martin. There is my Bruins loyalty showing again. All right. Stanley Cup ends, and they want to give us a contract extension. Of course they do, because we just did really well. Did Detroit win again? No, the Flyers win the Stanley Cup Finals. They go 16-3 in the postseason. They were a wrecking ball in the postseason. So the history, we'll save it before we go to that because I don't want it to crash. The history has our first season, Quebec won it all. Then the Red Wings won 3 straight years in a row, followed by the Philadelphia Flyers. So let's take a look at the award ceremonies. Mario Lemieux won the Ted Lindsay. Jaromir Jagr won the Art Ross. Jagr won the Richard. Peter Sikora won the Lady Byng. Steve Yzerman won the Masterson. Joe Sakic won the Mark Messier. Chris Osgood won the Jennings. The MVP goes to Mario Lemieux. Conn Smythe, playoff MVP, goes to Petteri Nummelin. Calder Trophy to Iginla. Norris to Housley. The Selke to John Madden of Ottawa. Congratulations, John Madden, as he wins his first Selke at age 24. The Vezina to Martin Brodeur, the best GM, Pierre Pagé, and the Coach of the Year goes to Pierre Pagé as well. So let's get up to the last day of 97-98. Oh, do we have to? Yeah, we have to re-sign some contracts here. So that was a good season. Nice improvements. I think, we get maybe a little bit, we can start to tweak, right? Now we can start to justify taking a look at, players on the trade block and trying to create some depth, or looking for that defenseman that maybe will put us over the top. So we didn't have anybody on the top 2 lines. I have an unanswered mail. Oh, Hall of Fame runoff. So we can start to make a move for some of these players. And again, I think this is going to be the year, because I think this is the year of free agency. So we got a couple of check marks in the positive category, which is nice. We got 20 season score. We have 4 points to spend. So we're going to dump that into prospects, 1 into forwards, 1 into defense, and 1 into negotiating. If we look at the potential free agents, anybody any good? Yeah, it looks like everybody's re-signed. Yeah, it doesn't look like free agency is quite there yet. That's fine. All these players that are 1.5 star or higher, I'm assuming, are going to be RFAs. Let's go ahead and sim to the next day, and we'll just take a quick look. Take a quick peek and see what we see. Okay. They want us to be in the playoff race this year. Okay, Yari Curry retires. Let's just take a look at free agency real quick. Yeah, okay, so there's nobody there. All right. Yeah, so we're going to be picking towards the bottom in the draft this year, too, so we're not even going to get a good draft pick. It might be a time to package all of those picks and try to move up in the first so that we can get one of the potentially good players. But yeah, that was by far our best season. I'm really happy with the way things turned out. We went 44, 29, and 9, made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Our young talent is starting to really develop. We picked up a 2.5-star defenseman in Dmitry Mironov. We now have 3 2.5-star potential defensemen. We might look to move on from Dockel this year, plug in someone like Suszynski on the 4th line, see what we can do on the trade block this offseason. And yeah, so next year I think we're going to make some actual moves in the offseason this year to try to improve the club. So as always, guys, let me know your thoughts. I appreciate you watching, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.